Welcome back to Mundane Marvels and SBG Photography on YouTube. It is Sunday morning here in Chile, normally a time when this little community is sleepy, quiet, and practically empty. But today is different. Today is November 16th, 2025, and we are heading out to participate in one of the most important rituals of a democracy. We are going to vote. Although I am not Chilean by birth, I am a Chilean by choice. I became a citizen in 2018, and being able to participate in this process is something I take very seriously. As you can see, I am not the only one with this idea. The traffic is bumper to bumper. This intensity is largely because, after a period of voluntary voting, Chile has once again made voting mandatory. If you are on the electoral roll and you do not show up, you face a fine. That applies to me, and it applies to almost everyone you see in these cars. It definitely motivates people to get out of bed early. I've finally parked and made my way to the local elementary school. In Chile, schools serve as the polling stations. The logistics here are fascinating and very different from what I was used to in the US. Here, you don't just stand in a generic line. Every citizen is assigned a specific mesa, or table. This is essentially a specific classroom inside the school. Before you even leave your house, you enter your ID number, your RUN, into the government website, Servel. It tells you exactly which school and which table number you belong to. This system divides the population into manageable groups. Instead of thousands of people pushing toward one ballot box, you are only queuing with the couple hundred people assigned to your specific room. It usually makes the process much more efficient. In my case, on this day, there were about 20 people ahead of me. I had to wait about 15 or 20 minutes before I could cast my vote. Not too bad, in my opinion. While waiting, you get a chance to observe the system at work. The people checking IDs and handing out ballots are called vocales de mesa. These aren't professional government employees. They are citizens who were drafted. It is similar to jury duty. If your name is drawn, you must show up at 7:30 a.m. and work until the votes are counted late into the night. If you don't show up, the fines are heavy. So when I finally got to the front, I made sure to be polite. They have a long day ahead of them. The actual voting process here is very tactile. There are no electronic machines. It is all paper. Today, we are voting for the president and congressional representatives. You are handed these large paper ballots and a blue pen. You go into a booth that is really just an open-sided box for privacy. You mark your preference, and then comes the uniquely Chilean part, the fold. You have to fold the ballot in a specific origami-like pattern, left to right, bottom to top. The goal is to leave a numbered tab visible at the top. You seal the vote with a small adhesive sticker, no licking envelopes here. You hand the folded ballot to the workers, they tear off the numbered tab to ensure it matches their records, and then you drop it into the box yourself. It is simple, transparent, and very hard to hack. Back out in the streets, the vibe changes. It feels like a community event. You see people arriving in cars, on bicycles, and on foot. Entire families come together. And because we are in Chile, there is food. Along with the innumerable cars parked along the road, you see vendors selling hot dogs called completos, sopapillas, and drinks. It turns a civic duty into a Sunday outing. A couple of interesting things to note about elections here without getting into politics. First, the dry law. For years, you couldn't buy alcohol on election day. Recently, that has relaxed a bit for restaurants, but the big supermarkets are still closed. It changes the rhythm of the city. Second, the speed of the results. The electoral service here is incredibly efficient. Even with paper ballots, we usually know the results by 8 or 9 p.m. on the same day. It's impressive to watch. Whatever the result is tonight, it feels good to have participated. It's a privilege to have a voice in my adopted home. Thank you for watching Mundane Marvels and SPG Photography on YouTube. Welcome to my life in Latin America, unfiltered, unexpected, and unforgettable.